What's up? How you going there? And welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be predicting the AFL finals. So in this video I'll be predicting the whole AFL finals. But for the semi-finals, preliminary finals and grand final, I will probably do some separate videos when those come out for the certain fixtures to predict those by themselves and go a bit into depth in some shorter videos about those when those fixtures happen. But for now, I'm going to be predicting my champion. So, I believe that for the qualifying finals, first qualifying final, we have Port Adelaide versus Geelong, which will be held in Adelaide, and I believe it's the only home final that will be held by a team that actually won a home final. And Port Adelaide, I trust them, and they're getting a lot better at being able to beat better teams, and that shows against the Bulldogs. They beat Bulldogs last round 23, which will be quite important for them going into finals. Obviously, finishing second is quite a big result for them. Being able to finish first and second 2 years in a row is quite impressive. And I feel like I trust Geelong more at this moment. And I think Geelong will pull this off, and they'll pull off an upset at Adelaide Oval, and I think they'll win by a margin of about 3 goals. I think this game could be probably I reckon this game might be one of the better ones. Definitely one of the better ones that we see over the weekend and Friday night. Then we swap over to the Saturday game, first elimination final. The elimination final is always the best bit, and for me, always the most entertaining, because it's the first taste of elimination football and the teams are on their line. I believe the first one, I'm not correct, is GWS versus the Swans. And for this game, I feel like it either could be one of the most competitive games, like the closest game for the round, or it could be the least. Because if Sydney go back to what they were performing a couple of weeks ago, they'll easily win this. If the Giants can perform like they do, then they've definitely have the last couple of weeks. They could definitely pull out a win, take the win. But for me, I have more trust in Sydney to pull out. The Swans to pull out a better performance and more consistent performance. So I think Sydney are really good at playing 4 quarters and are far more consistent at the moment. And as much as the Giants' recent results are promising, and if they bring their best, they could definitely win. I'm not saying they can't. I think the Swans bring a little bit more consistency, and that's why I'll go with them. And I'll go with them by, let's say the Giants do pull out a bit of a good performance, and let's say I hope this one's competitive. I hope this one's an under 10-point game. I'll go 8-point win to the Swans. I hope that this game is quite competitive, because the competitive games are the ones I really like. Next, we have the Western Bulldogs versus Essendon. This will be the least competitive game. I mean, do Essendon really have a chance? They have really bad history in the finals. The last decade, they haven't won a final. They've already got this existing bad history of finals, and along with that, they don't have the greatest team. I mean, Carl Langford and Zach Merritt they'll both be at Parrish. Probably looks like he'll be maybe finishing top 3 in the Brownlow, though I think Steele might just pinch that off the last round performances. I think Steele might pinch third place from Parish, but that'll come in a later video for my Brownlow predictions, which will be coming out probably later this week, maybe later into the finals, maybe after the preliminary finals, but we will see. As of this game, though, I trust the Bulldogs more, and they've had a rocky game, and it's tougher without Josh Bruce. He wasn't a massive impact in the first place, but it is tougher without him, as he's probably their key forward for the most of the season. Norton could step up and fill that hole, but I just don't see way. And the Bulldogs have had a rough past couple of years. I think it's two or three finals in a row now they've lost. In the elimination final to St Kilda, and I believe it was GWS the year before that. So I think the Western Bulldogs are a bit more. How do I say it? A bit more believable that they have a chance. So I think I'll go with the Bulldogs. Next up, we have the second qualifying final, which I believe is Melbourne versus Brisbane. This will be held at a neutral stadium, along with Sydney and Giants, and along with Bulldogs and Essendon. But as for this, as a qualifying final, I think it's quite big. For me, I've never really seen Port Adelaide or Western Bulldogs as a chance, because I just feel like both of those teams are too susceptible to losing to small sides. Losing to bigger sides. Melbourne have shown that they have been consistently better than Bulldogs. Geelong, I trust, can beat a team like that. Geelong have the experience in the finals, but despite this, I do think Melbourne will win. I do like to go for a team with a bit more experience in the finals, but here Brisbane have had quite a rocky season, and despite the fact that it was very close, they're very close to missing out. They were very lucky with the results. The Bulldogs did drop off in form later in the season. I think Melbourne, and that's the reason I'm going for them. The Bulldogs don't have the best record, and I just have to trust them. They do have the most efficient attack in the league, but against a team like Melbourne that has one of the best defences, it kind of balances out. I have no doubt Brisbane could snatch this. And the fact that it's not going to be being played at the MCG will help Brisbane. That'll be played at a more neutral ground. But it'll still probably be in Adelaide. Maybe in Queensland. I doubt it. Actually, it won't be in Queensland. That'll give the home team a bit too much of an advantage, maybe. But probably in a neutral ground, maybe in Adelaide Oval. But overall, I just feel Melbourne at the moment are a bit more believable. Now, quickly, I'm just going to quickly run through all my other predictions based off these results.